Hello and welcome to step 11. In this section we're going to do some wall constructions, we're going to do some wall wrappings, we're going to do some schedules, we're going to tag some elements and create some more sections. So let's get started. Under projects, press open, select step 11 and then open again. Now, before we get started, it is important to know that in your project browser, we've added some additional views with more levels showing rooms and dimensions. So if you zoom in a bit, we've tidied up everything for you. Now, it's also important to note that the last video, we showed dimensions where you can pull whole string dimensions from individual walls. It is important to note that you cannot do this on a curtain wall. The reason why you cannot do this on a curtain wall is because this curtain wall and all curtain walls host many different elements. So Revit is unable to take string dimensions in one go by simply selecting the wall. These string dimensions have been drawn individually at particular points. So the first task we're going to do is tidy up some wall construction details. But before we do that, I would like you to turn off your select element by face in the bottom right hand corner. Once you select that, a little red cross will arrive. So if we zoom into the bottom left hand corner of the building on grid lines E and 1, if we hover over our wall, then click once. Over in the properties palette, I want you to select edit type. Once this new window opens, we have an option under construction called structure, and we're going to press the edit button. So a new window will open and you will notice that this is called the edit assembly. This is the wall build-up and its materials and structural elements. To be able to actually view the construction with a preview, if you go down to the bottom left of this window and press preview, you will notice that we can see the wall build up in plan. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to insert a new layer to our wall. But before we do that, I want you to notice that at the top of the layers we have a little bit of text that says exterior side. And then just below it, over the 4 buttons, we have interior side. It's always good to notice these things before you change anything so you know what side of the layer you are going to add. So if we press the Insert tab, a new layer will arrive at the top. And at the moment it says structure, by category, it has no thickness, and we actually have it wrapped. I'll explain this in a bit more detail shortly. We're going to move this layer down 1, so press the down button and you will notice it moved down. From here, I want you to hover over the word structure, click once and you will notice a little pull down menu. Select this pull down menu and change it to thermal air layer. And what we're going to do now is under material, we're going to change the category. And we're going to change it to air barrier, which should be the first thing you can see under the project materials. Click once and then press OK, and you will notice that materials, it says air barrier. Now the next thing we're going to do is change the thickness of this air barrier. At the moment it's 0.0. We're going to change this to 50 mil, but as this is in meters, we need to change it to 0.05. From here, I would like you to go back to the materials column, and we're going to actually change the finish where it says metal panel. We're going to change that to timber. So select metal panel and a little dot will arrive. Press that dot. Your materials browser will open up, and if we type in timber, you will see at the bottom we have 3 options. We have structural timber with joists and rafters, and we have structural timber trusses, but we're going to change it to wood timber. So select that and then press OK. At present, this wood timber cladding is currently at 50 mil. So we want to change this to 0.02. So we're going to make it 20 mil. Now, once you change it to 20 mil, you will notice that the preview is not updating. To update that, if you hover over the number 1 under layers, which is here, and then click, you will notice it will automatically update. Because this wall actually does go to the corners of the building, you will notice if I just move this slightly out of the way, that our concrete structure is exposed. This will be called a cold bridge in the construction industry. As we want to change that, we want to be able to wrap the insulation, the air gap, and the timber cladding around the structural element of the building. To do that, if we go down to the bottom, just slightly in the middle bottom, and you can see default wrapping, if we select the first one and change it to both, and then the next one where it says at ends, and we change this to exterior, you will notice that the preview is updated and our cladding and insulation and air gap now wraps around the structural element. Now, one thing we don't want to happen in this particular detail is we don't want the air barrier to wrap around. So if you select number 2, you will notice on the right hand side that wrap is currently ticked. If we untick that, the preview will update and you will notice our air barrier does not wrap around the structure. Now, once you've done that, I want you to press OK and then OK again. And you will notice if you click in negative space and if you turn the graphic attributes at the bottom to fine and then zoom in a little bit, you will notice that our air barrier does not wrap around this corner but only the insulation. If you'd like to see this in a little bit more detail, it is advised to maybe go to a scale of 1 to 5 and you can see it even clearly. If we change back our scale to 1 to 100, zoom out a little bit, go to the top right hand of the building where we can see our doors. We're going to add some door tags. So if you go to the Annotate tab, and then if you go across around about the middle, we're going to press Tag by Category. I want you in the options bar to turn off leader. Now I want you to hover over the door, the double door, and then click once. Then I want you to go over to the second door, just to the right, and then press again. And you will automatically notice that our door tags have been numbered from 1 to 2. Now there is actually a quicker way to tag all doors in a view. So if you press escape twice to exit the command, back to the Annotate tab, along to where we just press Tag by Category, there's another button that says Tag All. Once you press that, a new window will open. And what we're going to do is we're going to tick door tags. Once you've done that, press Apply, and you will notice that all doors have now been tagged numerically. From here, I want you to press OK and then zoom out a little bit. Our next step is to add a door schedule. So to be able to do this, we go up to the View tab in the ribbon. We go over to Schedules, click the down button and choose Schedule and Quantities. A new window will open, which is basically a draft category of many things that you can have in a Revit model. If we scroll down to doors, we're going to select this as our template. New construction, that's fine, and then press OK. A secondary window will open, and on the left hand side we have available fields. These are the elements or the fields or the columns, so to speak, that you will have in a schedule. We're going to choose type, so if we scroll down, select that. Then in the middle, you have a little blue box, blue rectangle with a green arrow. So click that. That's now been added to our schedule. We're going to select level. So if we scroll up a little bit, find level, then add it to the fields. Then we're going to add mark, which is just below it. Add that. Then we're going to add height. Add that. Then we're going to add width. It should be at the bottom. And then press OK. Now, before we close this window, if you select mark, we can actually move it up or down in our schedule fields. If we move this up once by the arrow at the bottom, move parameter up, you will notice that it's moved. Once you've done that, I would let you press the OK button. Automatically a new window will open saying door schedules. And the user interface at the top will be green, saying modify schedules and quantities. And we have a slightly different amount of tools that we can use. On the properties palette on the right hand side, we can actually control some of the fields / columns that you have in your schedule. If we select edit, sorting and grouping, a new window will open. So by sorting and grouping our schedule, we can select the top one that says none. And if we change that to level, and we're going to add a header, so tick the header box and also tick the blank line box. Now before you press OK, if you just quickly look at your schedule, you will notice that we have level 3, level 4, level 5 and level 1. Now if you press OK, our schedule will update and have a blank line, and it will be relative to level. So we can see here type, level 1, level 3, level 4, level 5. And these are the schedules per floor. One thing to remember within the schedules window is that you cannot use the WT command, Windows Tile command. The reason why you cannot do this is because this is a text-based window. To be able to do Windows Tiles, we have two options. If you go to the View tab and right along to the right, you have a button that says Tile Views. Now if you press that, you know what will happen. We'll get two windows. However, sometimes the quickest way to do it is to actually click on the level, then press WT, and then you can tile your windows. From here, I would like you to zoom into door number 1 on our level 3 with rooms and dims. Then click in the door schedule window, and then if you go to level 3 and you will see double door flush, we're going to go along to the width field, select this, and we're going to change this to 3 meters wide, so 3.0, then enter, and you will notice that our door has automatically updated in our plan. You must remember this door was an instance parameter, so it's very easy to change. Clicking back in your level 3 with rooms and dims window, if you just drag along until you see doors 2, 3, 4 and 5, then clicking back in your door schedule, if we were to change these doors in the schedule, the type name will not update. So if you look at level 3, it says 0915 by 2134 millimeters. This is actually been named by the opening size, not by the overall structural opening size. So if I was to hover over door number 2, and once you've done that and click in there, you'll notice that in our drawing window it's gone blue. If I was to change this to 1.5, and remember this is the structural opening, not the actual door opening, and then press enter, a new warning will arrive saying this will be applied. However, what it doesn't say is that the name will be changed, so you'd have to do that manually. So press OK, and you'll notice all of these 4 doors have updated. Now if I click back in my level 3 drawing space and then press the edit type button in the properties palette, it is advised that you rename this file. to whatever changes that you have done. So let's do that. Let's rename it. And because we've added 30 mil, 0915 will become 0945. Once you've done that, press OK and then OK again. And you will see in our schedule that it has now been renamed 945. Clicking back in our door schedule window, if we were to select door number 3 under the type, under category A, go to number 3, and then once you click it, you get a pull down menu. Now let's just change this to 0813. Once you do that, you will notice that our door in our plan and in our model automatically updates. Okay, so our next step is to do some more sections. So to do this, I would like you to close the door schedule tab, zoom out a little bit on your plan. From here, I'd like you to go up to the top of the ribbon and select the View tab, and then just below it you will see the Section tool. So click this. The user interface will change green. Now on the left side of the building, I want you to pretty much draw it between grid lines B and C, but slightly below the conference, IT and WC rooms. So here, click once, then move along to the right of your screen and then click again. And you will notice in the project browser a new category has been created called Sections. If you open that up, you will see Section 1 has been created. So just like before, you can either double click Section 1 in the project browser, or in the model space drawing view, if you click in negative space and then hover over the section head on the left hand side, if you double click on that, a new window will open showing your section. The next thing we're going to do is to edit this section, and it's very quick and easy to do. So before we do that, I would like you to press WT, window tile, and then ZA, zoom all. And if you go into your level 3 drawing and then select the section line, if you zoom in a little bit to the section head on the left hand side, you'll see two little arrows, one pointing south and one pointing north. If you click that button, you will notice automatically our section has flipped and the section drawing window has updated. Now if you return back to your level 3 plan and then highlight the section again, you will notice we have blue pull handles on the left, right and bottom. If you were to select the bottom pull handles and pull it up to the kitchen area, you will notice our section automatically updates. Again, so if we flip the section, so by zooming in you see those two little blue arrows, the south arrow and north arrow. If you click that, section automatically updates in our section window. And again, if we pull the pull handles up to the north, again you will see our section automatically update. Now staying on this area and making sure that the section is still highlighted, so you will notice our user base is still green, we can actually split the section to go through different parts of the building. So if you go up to the top, you will see split element. Click this once. Then I'd like you to hover in around about between grid lines 4 and 5 on the section line, pretty much where the double doors are. Click once, and then I want you to drag down on the right hand side, and you will see that my section line will move. Now if I go along to the left, you will see that the left hand section will move up or down, but we want to do that on the right hand side. So go back along, and then we're going to basically drag it down so it goes through the middle of the stairs, and then click again. Once you do that, you will notice that our section is updated in your other drawing window. To cancel that command, I would like you to press escape twice. So this concludes step 11. Just like before, I would like you to close each window, each tab, and do not save, as you may want to do this again.